Neil, how has things been since the Queen's Park game in terms of preparations for Wraith Rovers?
Well, obviously we've had lads away on international duty. Jeremiah, and Alphonse returned today. John Todd as well, and the two Irish boys will be coming in later. So they're all going to be assessed today. John actually trained, so John should be fine. He only played the one game, and then the rest of the squad has trained well. I've been away myself. Looked at Wraith Rovers last week. Was on a Northern Ireland under 21s Germany game last night. So the squad is good. Thankfully, no serious injuries from being away. But we still have a few out. Benny, Josh Cooper, Jefferson's obviously suspended. Zach, they're long term. A few months anyway. Jefferson, obviously, he'll be available for Tuesday. But the rest of the squad have trained pretty well.
In terms of preparing for Wraith Rovers with the guys away that you've mentioned and with those couple of injuries, it must be a bit of an unsettled kind of preparation going into the Wraith Rovers match.
Not unsettled, you get a rhythm to it, but obviously you got to think about your team selection. The lads, Alphonse and Jerry in particular, have travelled a long, long way through the night. So, we'll have to see how they are tomorrow. The game's Friday, so it doesn't give them a long time to recover. Although in Jerry's case, he got sent off, albeit a ridiculous decision, but he only played 47 minutes on last night. So, they'll be assessed by us, the football department and the medical department tomorrow, and then we'll make a decision on team selection.
You mentioned in your first answer how you've been to see Wraith Rovers at the weekend there against Ayr. What did you make of them?
Well, I don't want to talk too much about the opposition, but look, I know Wraith are a good side in this division. They can beat anyone. They're capable of going on runs. We've seen that already this season. They've beaten us, so we have to try and rectify that. They're a very experienced team with some quality players in attacking positions, and it's a derby, so we're not expecting them just to roll up and us to take the 3 points. We've got to go and earn it. We're going to have to play well. We're going to have to play with the freedom of thought and bravery on the ball and all the intensity that a derby will bring under the lights. So it's a game that really whets the appetite. And obviously we didn't play particularly well in the corresponding fixture in August. So it's really important that we try and, turn that around.
What were your kind of takeaways from that first game?
Well, we got off to a terrible start. So we're a goal down after, 2 minutes, and it was a bit scrappy first half. We made some changes. We were better second half, but we didn't, work the goalkeeper anywhere near enough. Since then we've improved a lot, even though if you look at the results, it doesn't sort of show that. But the performances have been good, and we had a good rhythm, for a while. Obviously, with the injuries, the key players, that's upset us a little bit. With the Queen's Park game, we dominated the first half. We had good control of the game. We got a little bit ragged second half and then finished the game strongly. But we didn't really, my only disappointment was we didn't create any clear-cut chances that we have done a lot in previous games. So that's getting back to that, getting back to that rhythm of playing around the final third and, creating the chances and hopefully taking them this time, because we haven't had much luck in front of goal recently. But the performances have been, in the main, good. The first half against Thistle was as good as we played at home, even though we've gone in 2-0 down, but we missed, great chances. And the performance in the first half was good in terms of control of the game. I didn't think we were in any real trouble against Queen's Park. It was just disappointing that we didn't create enough in the second half to get the 3 points.
Do you feel that getting that clean sheet against Queen's Park, the first for Billy since coming into the club, that'll really give us a foundation going into the second quarter of the season?
I hope so. I thought Billy was excellent, very competent. His handling was good, his distribution was good, his communication was good, and Abdullah coming in for his first game, did him the world of good. Settled in very, very quickly. It's always good to keep clean sheets. We didn't look really in any trouble in that game. So more of the same from that aspect, and a lot more from the attacking players now going into this one.
How key will be the home advantage this time here at KDM Group East End Park?
Well, the derby, home advantage is always important. and the support that we have is brilliant. I know this game means a lot to the supporters. It does to me now. It does to the players. So, like I said, we have to, turn that, previous fixture into a winning one now, and come out with a positive mindset, intense, physical, quick, and take the game to Wraith as much as we can. But they're very experienced. We know that. I know they've had a couple of defeats, but like I said, most teams are capable of doing that and turning it around very quickly. And I'm hoping it's our turn now as well.